tattoo. It's normally not here. But hi.
Oh, I
Okay.
don't even think I've seen your tattoo.
It's right here.
Ooh, that's cute.
Yee. Last time it was hidden. Because my grandparents doesn't know I have a tattoo, and if they know, it's gonna be the end.
R.I.P.
It's okay. My parents don't know that I have a tattoo either.
My parents are fine with it. It's my grandparents the problem.
Oh, my grandmother.
Here's the thing. No, go ahead, Jess.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, my grandmother, I sent her a photo and I was like, yeah, so I did a thing, and she was like, oh my god, I love it. Wait, what does it mean? And
Listen. Okay, no. So here's the thing. I have a tattoo on my wrist, right? My parents don't know about it. I don't think that they would care, but it's just something, because my dad has tattoos, so I don't necessarily think that they would care.
Yeah.
But it's just something in my mind. I don't know what it is, but like I'm just no. Because when I went back home for like 2 weeks in summer last year, and I was you know what? If they see it, they see it. If they don't, they don't. So I had like a bracelet on my hand, and my bracelet would just automatically cover it because it's like so small. I don't even know if you can see it. It's right here, and they just never saw it.
Mine
it's kind of symbolic that like my medical bracelet goes over it because it says type 1. It's kind of hard to show, but it says type 1 because I'm a type 1 diabetic.
I can see it.
I'll send a photo, so if Jess wants to add it in post,
I will add it in post.
I'm not gonna forget what it is this time. Like last time.
Mine is pretty large for my first tattoo, so nobody at work has noticed yet because I wear like long sleeves all the time. But yeah, it's pretty large. Oh god,
it's so pretty. Like you sent us a photo before, and it's so pretty.
It's so pretty.
I can't wait to get
Yeah.
my BTS tattoo, not gonna lie. I'm very excited about it. You guys know what it is, but I'm not gonna say it on the podcast. I'm just gonna show it whenever it happens.
Yes.
I'm so excited for it. It's so good.
I'm so excited. I already have like 2 and 3 planned out already.
Same.
I just need to go and do it.
But one is with my best friend, so we just need to have the time to go.
The time. When COVID is done, hopefully. No, mine just says like Moonchild across my wrist, so that's the first one that I got. And then I have like a really big one on like this side of like my arm, but no one ever sees it because no one ever looks at my wrist, and I'm always usually wearing t-shirts. So it's just like this. So no, I already have my 3rd, 5th, and 6th one already.
Yeah.
I was warned that once you start,
you can't stop.
Once you start, it's just you just keep thinking.
I've always told myself that I would never, because for the longest time I had a needle phobia, and then I got diagnosed with type 1 diabetes.
So that changed.
Yeah,
I'm still afraid of needles, but I'm like, I don't like cry at the sight of them.
Yeah.
I've read that like even people with like needle phobias, they're not necessarily scared of like tattoo needles.
Right.
They're like different. So it's essentially like the makeup of the needles and like how it works. So even if you do have a needle phobia, you could still potentially.
It doesn't stop you.
Yeah.
I did it.
Exactly. We all did it. So you know.
But like, number 2, number 3 are already planned. I know where number 2 and number 3. The one with my best friend, I know where it's gonna go. It's gonna go like over here.
Oh, that's cool.
You're going for a hand tattoo?
I am. I'm a 97 liner, so JK and I'm a 97 liner, boys.
Listen, so for the one that I got on my wrist, I literally fell asleep because I thought I fell asleep. I thought it took like 20 minutes, and then my tattoo artist was like, "No, we've been doing this for like 45 minutes to an hour." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." I knocked out. He was so confused. He's like, "Are you sure you've never done this before?" Like, I'm pretty sure. He was confused. But for the one that I have on my arm, oh my god, like, even when I made the consultation, she said to me, she said, that's a very sensitive area because it goes like from my elbow here to like under my arm.
Oh, yeah.
So, and it's like relatively like big. So she's like, that's a painful area. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to be fine. She did the outline. It was okay. Then she started shading and adding color. Ooh. And it wasn't necessarily her like tattooing.
Right.
It was her wiping that made it worse. Like, because the paper towel is relatively rough. So she would like do a line and then she'd wipe. And I'm like, oh my goodness. But like, no, but the thing about tattoo pain is that it's literally, for me at least, it was only in the moment. As soon as she stopped tattooing, it didn't hurt.
Yeah.
It's like literally like while you're getting it done, it's like, it's not an ongoing pain or anything. Yeah. Like once you do it and get it done, it shouldn't hurt. If it's done right, then it shouldn't hurt.
Yeah, I was very lucky because mine was a walk-in. It took like 20 minutes to do.
Wow.
Because like my friend, I went with my friend, the one that got me this beautiful shirt. Shout out to Lauriane, I love you. But yeah, so we went together, and we've been trying to get our tattoos for weeks at that point, because every tattoo shops we contacted, they were like, oh, it's a walk-in, you'll be fine, because we had like images. It was very simple. There was no shading, no color. It was like just an outline. And every single time like we called, they were like, oh, we're full. And I'm like, you told us it was a walk-in. We call you at opening to make sure you had spot. And they were like, no, we're full. And I was like, okay. So we took a chance. We went to this shop. This shop is amazing, by the way. It's in my town. It's not even like in Montreal or anything. It's in my town. Yeah. We go in, and the tattoo artist, they're not even sure if he's gonna come in because he was drinking the day before. Like, he was hungover, so they weren't even sure if he was gonna come in. And so my friend and I, as we're talking with the receptionist, he comes in. He just like turned around the lady that was before us, by the way. So he comes in and we're like, oh my God, we're getting our tattoos today. Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
And the receptionist, the two guys were so sweet. They were so incredibly sweet, because I told them this was my first tattoo. I told them I was a type 1 diabetic, so it might take longer to heal, so I had to be like extra careful, and extra care and extra like moisturizing and cleaning and all that. And they were so freaking sweet. And like, whenever he lined it on my arm, he was like, no, it's not straight, let me put that again. And so it took him like 2 to 3, like, no, 1 or 2 tries, and then he made sure it was like lined up properly with my wrist. And it was just like the best experience. And it was just me, my friend, and the 2 guys in the shop because of COVID. Yeah. And so it was an amazing experience. Yeah. So I have nothing bad to say about it. Like, the receptionist was just sitting with us, chatting. He ordered food on Uber Eats and was like, oh, my food is here, be right back, I got my burrito, guys.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Let's see.
So both of my tattoo experiences have been like really, really good. Because for my first one, I went to an actual tattoo studio, and they were so nice. And like, since it's lettering and since it's so small, he was like so precise. He was so nice, and he's like, and he put on the stencil on my arm like 3 or 4 times. It's like, okay, because it's like, it's on my arm,
right,
and it's kind of visible, right? And it was so good. I barely felt any pain.
Oh my God.
Wow. And then my second one, I went to she's an independent artist, so she has like her own studio on top of her loft.
Oh wow.
And yeah, so she
that's really cool.
Yeah, it was like really, really nice. And then like we were just listening to music and like we were vibing, and but yeah, awesome. It's really good. If you want a tattoo, just like make sure you research a little first.
100%. Yeah.
Because you don't want to go to like anybody and have them fuck up your skin.
Yeah. No.
How was your experience, Jess?
Mine was amazing. So it took me like 2 to 3 years to sort of figure out what I wanted. Like I knew I wanted a BTS tattoo, but I wasn't sure like which one. And then Map of the Soul of Seven came out, and I was like, oh, this is the one. And I was gonna go and get it like in March, but then COVID, so that's fun. Yeah. And then when people got open again and I was like back at work, I went to a local tattoo shop here in my town that's like kind of near me, because I saw that they had really good reviews, and the artist who did mine, she had done BTS tattoos before, so she already kind of like knew that stuff, and I was like, okay, I think this is the person that I need to like go and see. And we did our consultation, and I was like, I can only come in Saturdays because I'm working, and she was like, the only Saturday I have available is November 7th, and I was like, 7th, like
the 7 again.
7. And we both like looked at each other because I was like talking about like how important like the number 7 is, and like my birthday's on the 7th, and I was like, yeah, like 7 is a very important number in my life. And then she said that, and we both looked at each other, we were like, oh my god. Oh shit. Because she like completely understood like what I was talking about when it comes to like how important BTS was to me. And so like that, and I was like, okay, this is done. And then we had the tattoo done. I don't know, I have a really high pain tolerance, so I'm not really the best person to like ask about pain stuff. I literally I went horseback riding once, and I got stabbed in the leg by a tree, and I didn't know. Yeah. So we were like in the bushes, and we were trying to like make our way through the trails, and I'm not like a new horseback rider, just like put that out there. But so we were going through, and I didn't feel this tree just like stab me in the leg. And one of our horses got loose, and we had to go back to camp to go and find them. And we get back, and I'm like, I like look down, and I'm like, my pants, they're like wet. Like, why are they wet? And then I like swiped it, and I was like, oh, no. Just like blood. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And so we went to the ER that was like close to us, and I was like, yeah, like it's probably just a scratch, right? And she was like, the girl, like the nurse, like cleaning out my wound, was like, no, you like sliced all the way down to the muscle layer, so no.
There's a gaping hole in your leg.
Yeah,
it's just a scratch.
It's just a scratch. It's fine, right? And she was like, no, it's literally like this deep, so no.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you know,
girl.
A few stitches later, good to go.
Oh my god.
It was great.
Wow.
Yeah. So pain, I don't know. Can't ask me those questions, because
I mean, I'm also pretty good with pain. It just depends where. Because like when I got my surgery on my knee, like they reconstructed a ligament in my knee.
Oh.
When when the epidural wore off, I cried a lot. I was pitying the guy with who I was sharing my room with, because since I was diabetic, they kept me for the night, because normally that type of surgery is a like 1-day surgery and then you're gone.
Oh, okay.
But because of my illness, they were like, oh, we'll keep you overnight just to make sure like everything is fine with your blood sugar, because when like it was supposed to take 1.5 hours, it took 3 hours. And towards the end, my blood sugar was going down, obviously, because I haven't eaten anything all day, and so and since I was on an epidural, in the waking room, like there was, because I was in a children's hospital because I was 17, like all these kids like vomiting and being groggy, and then just here cracking jokes with my nurse. And so my mom could hear me on the other side of the door, and she was like, okay, my daughter is fine.
She's perfectly okay.
Because like they allowed me to have my music, so I had my iPod listening to some Lindsey Sterling while I was getting like my surgery done. And so, like, until the epidural wore off, everything was fine. And then I started bawling. And it had to happen during dinner time. It was my first meal of the day, and I didn't eat anything because of the pain.
Right.
And they were like, oh, we're going to switch you to pills instead of having, like, in your IV. And I was like, no.
No.
No. Bring me back the morphine in the IV, please.
Yeah.
It's not working.
Please.
But then I got surgery for a cyst, and that one I didn't even need, like, Tylenol.
For what? I didn't hear you.
I had a cyst removed, and I didn't even need the Tylenol they prescribed me.
Okay.
Oh.
I remember, like, in my second year, I started getting wisdom tooth pain. Ooh. And I mean, it hurt, but, like, to me, it was just, because I was living with it for, like, about a year, because at the time, like, I had just come here, and I was, like, on my school insurance, but then your school insurance doesn't cover all of dental, and, like, it was, like, $1,000+ to get teeth removed. So, like, I was, like, working and, like, saving money, trying to save up to, like, get this shit out, right? I was living with that pain. Yeah, so I was living with, like, that pain for, like, about, like, a year and a half, and then I go to the dentist, and then he looks at me like, are you okay?
No.
Do I look okay?
He's like, are you in, like, pain right now? It's like, not right now.
No.
Like, oh, because you should be, like, you should be in pain.
Oh,
it's
no.
Like, oh, well, okay. And I guess they just started looking at me weird. He's like, are you on, like, anything, any painkillers? Like, no, not at the moment.
I just got used to it, boys.
Like, right? And he's like, what? So, like, what do you take? Like, when it starts hurting? I'm like, oh, like, I'll just, like, take, like, an Advil or a Tylenol or something. He's like, that's all? That's it? That's all that you're taking? I was like, yes. He's like, oh, like, because it's, like, bad in there. Like, I know, okay?
I'm fully aware of the situation that's happening.
I'm fully aware of the situation. It's my mouth. I know what's going on.
Have you guys ever been put under for, like, any kind of surgery or stuff like that?
I have.
I, like, both surgery except my wisdom tooth, because they just don't put you under here.
I did. But
both my surgeries for the cyst and the reconstruction of the ligament in my knee, I was on an epidural.
Oh.
Because it's safer for diabetics.
That makes
sense.
It's
easier for them to monitor your reaction to your blood sugar, like, going.
Wow, right. If you're awake.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I was really groggy, and I had my music, so
it was fine, I feel.
Yeah, it was fine.
No, the weirdest thing was when I was getting my wisdom tooth removed, they're like, oh, like, you can also choose to get it removed without, like, any anesthesia. I'm like, why would I do that? Because I think, like, anesthesia was, like, $300 less. And they're like, oh, you can also choose to get it without any. I'm like,
no.
What?
No.
What listen, if I'm not allergic or if there's not going to be an adverse reaction, I'm not getting no.
Well, for mine, they always, like, numb me, and the thing, they weren't out yet, so they had to open my gums for it. And I will remember this, like, this has marked me, because there was, like, the dentist and then his assistant.
Right.
And so at one point, all I hear is the dentist go, Carlos, I can't see anything. Carlos, I can't see anything. And he's been repeating that, like, 5 times. And I'm just here. I have my music, and I could hear them. And I was like,
what do you mean?
Hello?
What do you mean? I'm awake.
I'm so glad I was put on.
Like, because, like, they gave me Ativan before my surgery. And I come in, and they're like, did you take it? I was like, yeah, why? And they were like, you don't look like you took it. I was like, I feel super calm. I don't know what you mean. I feel chill.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I had to be put under for my wisdom teeth because I had the 4 wisdom teeth removed and then 8 impacted baby teeth that were stuck in the middle. So all 8 teeth all at once.
Hey, they forced me to wear my Invisalign after getting my wisdom teeth.
Oh yeah, I had braces at the time, so I had to wear those.
Oh wow.
So they were like, oh, like we can allow you 1 more hour a day without your Invisalign. And having Invisalign as braces, you need to wear them a minimum of 22 hours a day. So you can only remove them when you wash your teeth and when you eat.
Yeah. It's a nightmare.
They were like, oh, you can remove them like for 1 extra hour because of the pain and all that and the stitches in your mouth. And I was like, bruh. And it was early on, and my teeth were like super crooked. Like some of my teeth needed to be brought like forward. It was the worst
Nightmare.
I'm so glad it's done.
Yeah, actually.
I'm so glad it's done. Like I had like one hole, well, a hole. Like there's one bigger space between 2 of my teeth on my right side, and I'm like, oh, we can give you another set of Invisalign fit ups. Like, no, I'm done. This was gonna be my 3rd set, and I was like, no. Like it was free.
No,
like,
when I got
this pain again for 1 hole. I have toothpicks for that.
When I was like, when I went to get my wisdom tooth taken out, they like started looking at my teeth, and then he's like, oh, you have like a slight overbite, and listen, you have a slight overbite. Okay. And like my teeth are like kind of like spaced like on the sides, but like I'm just like, he's like, oh no, we can like fix your smile. I was like, no, my smile is fine, it's fine. I can't pay for any of that. I can't pay for this shit. It's okay. No. I just need the thing that's like irritating me at the moment to be out. And then okay.
Yeah, then we're good. No. Thank you.
Like more teeth. No,
walk away from me.
Like, go away.
Go away.